This is Glenn Fox, and I'm making this video on behalf of Norman Yap and myself. We want to share with our team a method of getting traffic that we've discovered that seems to be working very well for us. Consider this post right here and look at all the response that we've gotten for it. And many of the replies are not even expanded on this. And this was just a few days of doing what I'm going to show you what we have been doing. And then in a minute here we'll come to the second post, which is the first one right here, is the first one that we started this on. And again you can see that the replies are numerous. So I want to explain to you exactly what we've been doing so that you can do it also. I'm not going to give you a lot of details because we do not know all of the details ourselves and we're still refining it. But if you'll follow the template that I give you, you will find that you'll begin to get dozens or more leads every single day. And the good news is that it's not going to cost you very much. The last time I checked, our cost on the second ad is running at 7 cents per click. And on the first ad, because we targeted it a little bit differently, we were at about 22 or 23 cents per click. I'm going to show you how to do it where you get them at the 7 cents per click range. So what we're going to do is start out with a very simple ad, something like this. I'm going to let the computer tell you what it says.
Would you like to know how to get regular checks in the mail? They vary from $150 to $2,700. It's part of an automated system that really works. We've been amazed at the response. Just say yes in the comments.
Then we included a nice picture like this. But you might say, I don't have a picture of a lot of Enagic checks, so I can't really do that. Well, that's not really an important part of it. Look down here at our first ad that we ran. It was for Exodus. So many comments, I can't find it. There it is. Short and simple with no picture.
Interested in learning how to regularly grow your bank account by $1,000? Deposits immediately, all on autopilot. I got 2 in the last 2 days. Just say yes in the comments.
I think that a picture with the ad probably does get people's attention better, but you can see from the response that it's not necessary. So now let me show you what to do to get all the comments on the ads. What we're going to do is we're going to boost the post. So now I want you to go back up to the top of the post or the page, and if you can find this little button here and click it, then on there you will find something that says Ad Manager. Click on Create Ads. And then from this list right at the top here, you choose Boost Your Post. Then over here, you're going to be given an opportunity to enter in the name that you want for the particular campaign that you're doing. In this case, I'm just going to put Demo Campaign. Didn't write it. Try that again. DEMOCAMPAIGN. And then I'm going to hit Continue. Now the first thing you have to do is you have to create an audience for your campaign. We want to target the audience so that we are sending our message to people who are responsive to hearing it and are the most likely to act. The better you target your audience, the less that it will cost. You also want to make it broad enough that they're not going to charge you a lot for the targeting. What I'm going to do in this video is just give you a good example, but I would like for you to experiment on it on your own. You can target interest, you can target those who are associated with others, and even geographical areas. So, for example, if you're in New Zealand, you could target New Zealand. You can even target a state and write an ad specifically directed to that state in order to get people's attention. You'll find lots of videos on YouTube that'll help you become more of an expert on targeting the people that you want to talk to. And it's also good to experiment. That's why it's good to be careful to know where your traffic comes from. Once you set up a target audience, then you can give it a name and save that custom audience so that you can use it over and over again, or even edit it and then use it. It also means you can have many different audiences that are saved as custom audiences so that you can use them, whichever audience you want to, with whichever campaign you're running. Now, before we continue with this, I want to show you one other tool that you can use, but I'm not going to go into detail with it on this video. If you'll go over here at the top here to Ad Manager, click on that, then you'll see one of these options down here is Audiences. But this is where I'm going to stay right here, because right here under Plan you'll see Audience Insights. First, it gives you several options here, and we're just going to choose Everyone on Facebook. And what this is going to do is, as you put in certain criterion for your audiences, it's going to show you the demographics here. So it's going to show you what percentage are women, and then as you choose things, it's going to show down here what some of the interest of the group that you've chosen is and how that compares to the average user of Facebook. So I'm inviting you to play with this, but I have found from experience that it's better to create the audience on the other page, particularly because many of the categories that you would choose do not show the entire category on this drop down here, and so you don't really know from here exactly what you're choosing. So I'm going to go back to the custom audience page, simply clicking up here and choosing Ad Manager. So now we're back to where we started before I diverted down that trail, and we want to set up an audience. Here it says you can use a saved audience. So if you click on this, it's going to show you all the audience that are already saved. And then over here, it gives us the option of creating a new audience. So let's choose that one. So it appears to me here that it's really not starting over from scratch. It's pretty well filling in what I already have and letting me change it. But that's all right. That may make it just a little bit faster for us to do this. So you can see that I already have chosen the United States and the United Kingdom. So the first question is, choose a location. So you can add each location right here. So let's just say that we want to add New Zealand. Then we simply type it in there, it pops up, and we can add it just like that. It even shows us a map of where it is. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to choose the age group. Now, I might have been inclined to choose from 18 to 65, which is about what the default is, but I listened to somebody explain that to find people who are settled and already a little bit on with their life may be a little bit better, because by the time people are 35 or 40, then they usually are a little bit more stable, have a little bit of extra money, or are making a good monthly income, and they might be a lot more likely to respond than those who are 18 years old. But you can decide for yourself. You can set this at almost any age that you like, all the way from 13, I guess, and I think 65 is the top range. 35 or 40 is what I've been using. You can set a gender for men or for women. The reality is that in our business, the demographics are slightly skewed to women, but I keep it set to all. The next step is to choose a language, and you're probably going to want simply people who speak English. So in this case, we have UK English and US English. And now comes the targeting category. And when you put something in here like home-based business, it will usually give you a lot of suggestions here. So here we have home-based business, and we have home-based business program, the home-based business network. You can see that there's all different types of things that come up. Let's use the big one, make money from home. If you hit suggestions over here, it'll give you suggestions. Home-based business, work from home, earning money, the work from home lifestyle, and so forth. So you can choose what you want, and I'm just going to show you what I have chosen on this one. It's fairly broad, but as a result, it's gotten us some very inexpensive advertising. So this is all make money online, earn money at home, earn online money, home business, how to make money on the internet, internet marketers, internet marketing explained, internet marketing for newbies, make money fast, make more money, make money on the internet, multi-level marketing, online home business, work from home opportunities, and working online from home, workers. I haven't actually done this yet, but it's my understanding that you can also go in to your reports and find out which of these are actually producing the best results, and then you can delete the ones that are not really performing for you, and that way you're not paying for those that are not producing anything. So the rest of these are all fairly simple. Connections, generally Facebook pages is the best choice here. Exclude people who like your page. That's usually a good plan, because people who like your page probably already saw it, so there's no reason to be advertising to them. It'll give you a chance to put in the identity of whichever pages that you want to exclude. Then you can simply click on Save this audience, and it'll give you a chance to name it. Now we have a few more options that we need to navigate through. So the first is the placement of your ad. So do we want it on mobile news feeds? Sure, that's fine. Do we want it on Instagram? No, so we're going to turn that one off if it's on. And do we want it on desktop news feeds? Yes, that's the main purpose of it. And do we want it down the right-hand column? The answer is no, we're going to turn that one off. This gives you an option to determine what kind of mobile devices to let it run on, and it seems to be fine to let it run on all mobile devices. The next option is to set your budget, and we want to set the budget fairly low, like $5 per day. You want to keep in mind as you set the budget, first of all, you want to test it with a fairly low cost to begin with. And secondly, you're going to be getting a lot of comments, and you're going to need to respond to each of those comments personally. So you want to be sure that you keep it at a manageable level. You can always go in and raise this number later. Now there's the question of scheduling. Well, the first thing is optimization, and I would just leave it at post engagement as it's set. Now we have the option of what kind of a schedule or times that you want to run it on. It seems to me that it's fine to run it all throughout the day or the night, because there are always people that are looking at Facebook whatever time of day it is. And remember that as soon as it hits the $5 limit, they're going to stop it anyway. But I would suggest setting up a start and an end time. So you can start it on the day that you set it up as soon as they get it approved, and then maybe end it 5 days or a week from now. That gives you a good test time. And again, as soon as you finish that time, you can always rerun the ad, or you can always go in and change those times. The next thing is optimizing the ad, and I think that it's best to let Facebook optimize it. So this is optimized for post engagement, and I leave it set that way. And here's the actual ad scheduling, and run all the time seems to be a good choice. Delivery type means that they show your ad, they spread out your budget throughout the day instead of running them all at one time. So this lets you add a group name. I'm going to put demo group, and we've finished with that page, and we hit continue. This brings us to the page where we're going to tell it which post we want to boost. So first we're going to connect a Facebook page, which in this case is our Glenn and Norman page. And next you'll have a drop down here that'll give you an opportunity to choose which post you want to use, and we're going to choose this post. URL parameters, I think, gives you an opportunity to add some parameters similar to what some networks do in order to facilitate tracking. And then down here you can also add a tracking pixel. So this will show you what your ad is going to look like. This would be what it looks like on the desktop feed, and if I click mobile, then this would be what it looks like on the mobile feed. Then I'm offered the option of reviewing the order or placing the order. Let's click on review the order, and I think I'm not going to place it. So this gives you all the details of your order. You can go through it and make sure that you did everything correctly, and then it gives you again the opportunity to place the order, or you can go back and edit the order. So as you saw in the beginning, this has produced some good targeted leads for Norman and I. Currently, we are in the process of refining exactly what we do with those leads, but right now we're doing two things. At this time, we are personally messaging them with the link to the Power Life Pro funnel, which is the same one that you went through in the Winners Network. But it doesn't actually take them to the Winners Network. It bypasses the Winners Network and goes directly to the funnel with Chuck Marshall going to the mailbox to check to see if you got any checks. Then as soon as we post that, we reply to their message and let them know that we have posted them a personal message and invite them to go and see it there. If they say they didn't receive the message, then we attempt to friend them on Facebook so that they'll be more likely to receive the message, or we connect with them by email if that's possible. So we hope this will help you with the ongoing journey of connecting with people who are interested and ready to respond to your offer. You know that we're always here and ready to help you in any way that we can.